What's up, everybody? We are currently sitting in a 2022 Nissan Sentra SV, and today we are going to teach you how to use Nissan's intelligent cruise control system. So the intelligent cruise control is the adaptive cruise control that can allow this car to maintain a distance and speed up and slow down based on what the car in front of us is doing. And it's a pretty simple system to use. The controls are all going to be right here on the right side of the steering wheel. Step one, you're gonna push this button with the little car with the clock thing on it. That's actually a speedometer. That activates the system, gives us some new graphics up here when the system is on. Once we have the vehicle up to speed, we push this button that says set to set the speed. We can also use it once the speed is set to slow down. That's why there's a minus on it. RES is resume, so if we have to hit the brake to momentarily cancel the cruise, or if the vehicle brings itself to a complete stop and we want to resume, we just push that button to resume. Cancel obviously cancels the cruise setting that's going on. You can also just hit the brake, the foot brake, to cancel as well. And then this little button right here is to adjust the following distance. So you can see on the graphic here, 3 bars is the longest following distance. 2 bars is kind of medium, and 1 bar is the shortest. Of course, because this is intelligent cruise control, the actual following distance will vary based on the speed that we're going. But anyway, with all that being said, let's get this baby out on the road and I'll show you how it works. All right, so we are out on the road, we're moving. We are going to get the intelligent cruise control started. Step 1, we push the little button right there with the car with the speedometer on it. Step 2, we're gonna push down on that button to set the speed, and then I'm gonna hit the plus button to increase my speed to 35, because that's what the speed limit is here. And we are coming to a stop. We are locked on to the car in front of us, which is what that little car in front of the 2 green lines means. And the vehicle brought itself to a stop, and then we hear a beep and we start moving forward. So this particular Nissan, which is a 2022 Sentra SV, has a manual parking brake. It's got the pedal down on the floor to activate the parking brake. Typically, I've driven a lot of different cars with intelligent cruise control, adaptive cruise control, whatever. When it's a manual parking brake, they don't stay stopped for very long. If it has an electric parking brake, it'll stay stopped for longer. So now I'm going to push the resume button, RES, and we have kicked the system back on, and we have resumed cruising. And the speed limit's up to 40 now, so I'm going to push this plus button and get my speed up to 40 miles an hour so that I have some sort of a chance to keep up with traffic. Now, a few things to keep in mind when you are using the intelligent cruise control system. First of all, it's not a self-driving system. You still need to watch the car, you still need to pay attention to the road, you still are driving the vehicle. It's meant to be a driver's aid system. Now, another thing, and let's see, we're locked onto the car in front of us now, and we weren't really going that fast to begin with, so it's gonna bring us to a complete stop here. However, and there's the beep, and I'm gonna put my foot on the brake. If you're going at a relatively high rate of speed, press resume to start cruising again. And now I don't have my foot on the gas, it's accelerating on its own, we're locked onto the car in front of us. If you're going at a relatively high rate of speed and you're not locked onto the car in front of you, and again, when we're looking at that graphic, the little car icon ahead of the green bars tells us that we're locked on to that car in front of us. If it's not locked on and you are coming up to traffic that's dead stopped, just hit the brakes. Take control of the system. That is not a condition that the intelligent cruise control is really designed to deal with. Will the car bring itself to a complete stop? Well, it might, it probably would, but just don't risk it. Just hit the brakes. You don't want to be the one there writing the story about he was trusting his car's technology and he crashed into something. Another thing to pay attention to is what type of vehicle am I following? The example that I always use is a Flatbed truck with nothing on the bed of the truck. Is your car locked onto the back of the vehicle, or is it locked onto the back of the cab? So pay attention in that circumstance if it seems like it's getting way too close to some weirdly shaped truck or trailer or vehicle of other description. Just hit the brakes, back off, take control of it yourself. Like I said, it's not meant to be a self-driving system. On this particular car, it doesn't affect the steering at all. It only affects the throttle and the brakes when it's locked onto the car in front of us. And we are going to start moving again, so we're just going to hit resume to resume cruising. Something else to keep in mind is the system primarily looks forward. It's not quite paying so much attention to the peripheral vision. So if somebody cuts you off really sharply, just hit the brakes, take control of it. Like right now, if that black car got in front of me, it would be fine. If this blue car got in front of me, you know, right when he was right on my flank, that would maybe be more of an issue. So I always keep that in mind, and I just hit the brakes if I feel like it's a little bit too close for comfort. Somebody coming in right from the side. And again, this button right here adjusts the following distance. So as I push that button, you'll see the number of bars changing, and I'll set it to the shortest following distance just for fun, although it doesn't matter since we're doing 40 and the car in front of us is apparently going faster than that since we're in Southern California and nobody really drives the speed limit down here. But in regards to the following distance, if I am in heavy stop and go traffic on the freeway, I will always use the shortest following distance. And the reason for that is, if you use one of the longer ones, you leave enough room in between you and the car in front of you to where somebody can cut you off. And if it's busy on the freeway, people will be cutting you off all day and all night. And then the system will acquire a new target, and then it will want to be further back from that person, and you'll literally end up going in reverse on the freeway. So this is the shortest following distance, and we're currently doing almost 40 miles an hour. So you can see it's a pretty close following distance, but not unreasonable. And the following distance is variable. So it will be a longer following distance at 80 miles an hour than it is at 40 miles an hour, and the car will adjust that as necessary. So it just slowed down and let that person get out of my way. And now we are speeding up to our predetermined maximum speed, which we're currently doing. You'll see it just disappeared. It was showing the car icon because it was locked onto that car in front of us, but he's going faster than we are. So he has gotten ahead of us. We're not locked onto anything right now. But at any rate, I think I've pretty much said what I need to say about how this system works. Relatively simple operation. Let's see. Now see, this is sometimes where, okay, it's locked on, it's slowing down. But this is where it's good, see, and then it'll speed up. And I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to hit the brakes, I didn't have to hit the gas. And that's where it does its best work, really in heavy traffic. It just makes traffic jams so much less stressful. But it's very simple. Press that button to turn the system on. Press the set button to set your speed, minus to slow down, plus to speed up, RES to resume. Press that one to adjust your following distance. See, look at this. We're going like 4 miles an hour, and the car just creeps along. And now we're speeding up because traffic's moving again. Very nice system. I love using intelligent cruise control, adaptive cruise control. That's why I make these videos. This system is becoming way more common on modern cars, and I think a lot of people have it and they don't probably know how to use it. Maybe it wasn't properly explained to them. You know, it might be something that you're not comfortable to try out, which is why I try to do these how-tos as a POV so you see how it actually works. I have a similar system in my personal vehicle and I use it all the time. So I highly recommend trying it out, but just remember, it's up to you to drive the car. It's up to you to pay attention. It's up to you to keep your hand on the wheel. and intervene if the car is about to do something stupid. But other than that, try it out. Leave me a comment if you do have a question, and I'll do my best to answer it for you. Please like my video and subscribe to my channel, and have yourself a fantastic day. Bye-bye.